Today we're visiting with Sherry Huber, who is the Director of Development, and Mark Lindenberry, who is President of the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce. Welcome both of y'all to Radio K-Air.
Thank you for having us.
Bob, thanks for having us.
This isn't the first time we've had these folks here. They've actually been here, I think the last time was just back in last August.
It was August, almost a year ago, Bob.
Almost a year ago.
Almost a year ago.
A lot has gone on since then. Mark has taken over as the president of the chamber and doing a marvelous job, by all seriousness, doing a great job. I appreciate that. Sherry's director of development. She's also oversees the ambassador program and does an excellent job with that. It's a great group of ambassadors that are highly dedicated, I think.
Yes,
I think these people are wonderful.
Yes.
Anyhow, thank you for coming to Radio K-Air. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about the chamber. What's going on at the chamber, and especially what's going on during this COVID-19 time.
You want me to roll with this one, Sherry?
Yeah, roll.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, February, we kind of were starting to get some information that something was in the air, something was going on, right?
Right.
So we were a normal operating chamber at the time. In fact, we even had our monthly luncheon the very first week of March, which was sponsored by Kingwood Emergency Hospital, and they provided the speaker to kind of cover what this whole situation was about, of what we knew about it at the time. Which, if you remember this, we didn't know a whole heck of a lot. There was a lot of uncertainty and things. So we as a chamber, since that point, we, like everyone else, had to stop physical operations. Right. So what could we do as a Chamber of Commerce to assist our members and the business community? And most chambers took on this role, that we became advisors and we were there to help.
Correct.
And how could we help? Right. It was by plugging you into information, because what was happening at that point, everyone was extremely scared and fearful, not only personally, but for their businesses in general. And so the federal government had put together some programs that could help create a bridge, through certain funding programs and loans, and not even forgivable loans. So we connected you with those resources. We brought in, through our membership, experts in the field that could help guide you through the process and getting that information out. And so we were the connectors on trying to help and provide the information. So where are we at now? Right? We've done all that. We've gotten connected you with the help that's available, which is still changing. It's still a moving target. Mm-hmm. But we're coming to an end of a lot of that, and depending on when you actually listen or watch this program, June 30th is the ending date for the federal programs for the application process on EIDL loans and things like the Paycheck Protection Program. So the next step was, now we need to get everyone comfortable, right? And so what does that mean? To become comfortable means that you're comfortable opening up your business, following guidelines that have been set forth, and then getting the consumer side of that comfortable with coming in and spending money.
That's correct.
With the businesses, right? So that's where we're at now in this phase, is creating that area of comfort, of becoming comfortable. And so there's just still a lot of information out there, but what's so great now is we actually have data that we can work off of, right? We have data points that we can say, we may need to adjust something there. That's okay, and being able to make informed decisions now rather based on emotion. So we're at that point. In fact, I work with a group of 4 other chambers of commerce in Montgomery County, and we put out a unified message. At the beginning of this, we all had stimulus checks that were made available to us if you were eligible to get them. And so what happened is not everybody's in the same condition economically. A lot of people have lost their jobs or been furloughed, and so that economic stimulus check was a little different to them than those who didn't lose their job or their economic situation.
Who got the check anyhow.
Yeah. Who hadn't changed. So we put out a unified message for those whose economic situation hasn't changed, and they're able to do so, to remember what the stimulus money is for. And that
Right.
was to stimulate, right?
The economy,
The
right.
economy.
Right.
And primarily your local economy.
Exactly.
We were encouraging people to please spend that money with your local businesses.
Correct. Yeah, I think, and that makes so much sense. The money comes in, and it should be spent locally. Sure, you can go buy stuff on Amazon, but that's really not helping the local economy. And the more you help the local economy, the better the economy is going to be locally, and that's important. And although we're all in this big world bubble together, we also have to be cognizant of where we fit in the local end of that also. Now, you guys also, the Chamber is also really active with MCED, and MCED, I believe, has had some programs that they had offered. I'm not sure if they're still available, but I think they are.
Yeah, they are. So MCED is an actual taxing authority. They get a small portion of sales tax within the district of East Montgomery County. And the easiest way to describe what that is basically the two school districts, New Caney ISD and Splendora ISD. And 99% of that district, it falls within that area. So those businesses that are in that area, within that district, they made available $900,000 of low-interest loans available to these, to be a bridge, to help
Right.
get them through this with cash flow. And without going into full detail of that, I know there's still some available. If you happen to be in that district and you're looking at a point where I need some additional help at this point in time, the application process is really fairly easy. It starts online, and they're every 2 weeks they're approving these and putting these out. So yeah, it's a real unique situation that we have someone like MCED,
Sure.
which, for those that don't know, it's the East Montgomery County Improvement District.
Correct.
And yeah, so they're a great supporter of the Chamber, and we're a great supporter of them as well. And we
Absolutely.
work really synergistically well together.
Yeah, I think if it, and just kind of getting away from the Chamber itself for a second, I think if it hadn't been for MCED, we wouldn't have seen the growth that we're seeing in the East Montgomery County area. That's kind of the forgotten side of the county, because it was always so far detached from Conroe and so on and so forth. Wonderful, wonderful organization. I'm glad they're there. Sherry, let's talk to you for a second. So what's going on the on your side on the development, membership development, and the what is it, the ambassador program, and anything else that you're doing?
Well, Mark has been trying to keep us all plugged in weekly. We didn't want to be one of those chambers or just a business that kind of fell off and is like, hey, we know you're there, but we're not there to help you through anything.
Yeah, and you went.
So we've been doing
Y'all went
virtual.
for a couple months. Y'all had to work out of your house at the
Yes.
actual. I think there was only one person at the chamber. That was Bobby Bodenham.
No.
Well, we actually had shut down.
Shut down completely, yeah.
Completely for a while, like a lot of people. So, yeah, we as and Sherry, we had our weekly meetings virtually, like a
Yes.
lot of other companies, right?
We did, and Mark, we implemented. We kept our Thirsty Thursday. We made it virtual. We kept our Breakfast Connections. We made it virtual. He started a new mid-morning virtual meeting, just so people can get back on, I guess, a schedule of having a meeting. Because a lot of time, like 8 o'clock this morning, Yummy Tummy was kind of different because I hadn't had to be anywhere at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Right,
so,
right.
So,
Yeah, it's kinda
slowly putting everybody funnel them back into real life. If we get our real life back, if you say it's going to change, we know that. But so we've been trying to do more of that, trying to reach out to a lot of our members and just say, hey, how's it going? And that's why we started the chamber check-ins. But prior to that, there was a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, a lot of text, just to see how people were doing.
Sure. Now, Linda and I just completed our check-in
Yes.
with the chamber, and Mark, tell us about where that's going to be available, where people can see it.
Sure. It's part of our new virtual value package. We as a chamber had to take a look at how we function too. Most chambers across the country are event type chambers, and we're talking physical,
Right.
gatherings, and that business model changed. And chambers are a business too.
Sure.
We have revenue and expenses and things that we have to cover. So we had to really up our game on the virtual world. And so we created more virtual value packages. And one of those was the chamber check-ins. And it allowed us through mechanisms like Zoom to do one-on-one interviews.
Right.
And I started out doing it, and then I kind of noticed, Bob, that I was being seen a little too much on these videos.
Oh.
And so I said, hey, Sherry, guess what? And she was so thrilled. She just couldn't wait to get in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And so, but she's doing great.
She is.
She does a great job of it. And it's just, she is that component of our chamber, which is development, and that's membership development, the ambassador programs, and just keeping, chambers are all about connecting.
Yeah.
We're the greatest connectors in the business community because we're not a vertical market. We connect all the businesses together, and that's what I always really enjoyed about chambers is we could be sitting down, whether it's now in a virtual setting or in a physical setting, and I could be sitting with the CEO of an organization as well as a sole proprietor, all at the same table, and you just don't get that in most environments in a business connecting, networking type environment. So Sherry's been extremely instrumental in wrapping the arms around the virtual value of the chamber check-ins, and we've got some more things that she doesn't know about yet.
That's coming up.
That's coming up now that she's debuted and
right, and she's very comfortable in front of the camera now. And I can honestly say that about 2 years ago, she was on the station, and Hatcher, what was his name? Oh, Rick Hatcher. Yeah, they came on the station to give an update on the chamber. It was Sherry's first time in front of a mic, and she was literally sweating. She was so nervous.
And look at her
and
now.
Look at her. She's
Look
like
at
a
her
pro.
now.
You would think she was like
really
mainstream
good deodorant
television
now,
or something,
really
right?
good makeup.
Right. Waiting for her to stand out there and do
you
the
have no
weather or
idea.
something, right? Yeah. But no, she's doing a great job, and I appreciate that, Sherry. What's coming up with the chamber?
Well, chamber-wise, we're still in a virtual. We did our first hybrid meeting today, and what does that mean? What is a hybrid meeting? So
It means we got some goodies. That's what it means.
So our good friends at Yummy Tummy Cake Shop and Bakery in Valley Ranch,
Right.
Letty Martinez over there, agreed to open her doors to a very small amount of our ambassadors who were willing to physically show up. And we tied that in with an actual Zoom meeting for those who didn't want to come in. And so it was our first attempt to do something physical, and it was well received.
I think so.
I think there were many more people who would have liked to have come. Now that they know it exists, it'll be interesting. I've seen other chambers do it. I'm not the innovator. We're not the innovators. I just saw others in our county specifically that were starting to do things similar, but trying to keep it safe.
Sure.
And so these restaurants, they're at 75% capacity right now, as of last Friday. And so Yummy Tummy is one of those that was able to do that. Well, we kept it, at 50% capacity for this particular event. But it's just kind of nice to see our membership.
It was
getting involved and still having opportunities. And so the people that showed up were like, I never knew this was here. I thought it was just big custom cakes. And I can actually come here for coffee and buy pastries, get things to go, bring them home. And it just opened up a whole new world of opportunities even for there. So I'm excited to see where we're going forward with that. Why don't you tell them about the Grand Prix?
Oh, yes. We've got to reschedule our Grand Prix since it was in May. So now October 23rd is our day, 1 o'clock. Well, 11 o'clock check. Anyway, it's a Friday at Speed Sports. So y'all get ready. Start getting your teams together because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It was a blast last year. So my first
it
one.
rained last year.
I know, but that's what everyone liked.
No,
They
it was
liked
cool.
the rain.
It was
They
actually
wanted the
really
rain.
cool.
Yeah,
It
people
was
are
very
requesting
cool.
if we can make it rain again
Make it
on
rain.
the day
So,
of.
Yeah, because it gives spin outs a whole different meaning,
It
right?
does.
It
And
was
Randall
cool.
Reed's Planet Forward in Humble, they decided they are going to be title sponsor again.
Good for them.
So
Yeah,
it'll
that's
be their second
fantastic.
year in a row. So we're very blessed for that. But I think people will be looking forward to it. I think October is going to be a good month for everybody.
Yeah. Well, as we get more comfortable with the situation.
Yeah, and
With the
we're
new-
able to do so.
The new realities.
Right, the new realities. And again, we have data to make decisions on
Right.
and put out there. So, East Montgomery County is having a 4th of July. The Signorelli Company is putting on their 4th Fest. They're at Valley Ranch. And it's a great concert venue. If you haven't been, Pat Green was the headliner last year, and it was packed. So this year, the Eli Young Band is their headliner, and that's just huge. So I know there's going to be some people turned away because they are limiting capacity this year, but they're following the governor's guidelines that are set forth for outdoor events of 500 and greater, and this will be greater than 500.
So maybe you could, if you can't get into the show, maybe you can get into the parking lot.
Yeah, good
shopping
luck
center
getting
and
into
see
the parking lot.
Yeah, and see the.
But yeah,
Fireworks,
most people
yes.
could see the fireworks last year, and MSED stepped up as the sponsor for the fireworks.
Yeah.
So they're on that, and they are adding a parade component this year, a community parade there at Valley
that's right, I
Ranch
heard about
that'll step off at 2:00. So we're excited to see what that looks like. I got some more information coming in on that we'll be able to get out to the membership and hopefully have some people participate.
Yeah, absolutely.
In that, I think that'll be a lot of fun. So we look to, we'd love to get back to our regular monthly meetings. We're trying to plan for an August one. Just depends on where the data's at.
Right.
But that's what we're planning on. We're planning on trying to do a physical luncheon in August.
The luncheons were always wonderful. I actually miss the luncheons. They're really something to look forward to. Very informative. You get to meet a lot of the local movers and shakers and the merchants and general public. You don't have to be a member of the chamber to go to this luncheon.
Yes.
And there is a charge, but still, it's well worth getting there, rubbing elbows with the people that really make things happen in the community. Very, very important. Now, and finally, I want to talk a little bit about, and you've touched on it, about the way that the East Montgomery County Chamber is going after digital. You guys are really, you've changed your website, right? You have a new website, which is, by the way, very nice. I have been there. I've seen that. He's always accusing me of not being on these things, but I did. It looks nice. There's too many pictures of you in there, but other than that, no, it's really nice. But you guys are also, like right now, we're videoing this interview, but you're also videoing it. You're going to put it on your platform, and we'll be having it on our platforms and all of that. That's becoming a big thing, videoing, and you're embracing that. So you're embracing the new norm, right?
Yeah, we were there ahead of this because it's one of the things that the board looked to me to bring to the table when I was asked if I would consider this position. They just knew technology, social media, digital was kind of, you needed to start getting there if you weren't there already.
Yeah, right.
And so COVID kind of supercharged that and made things move a little quicker than the actual business plan out of that was. So yeah, we're definitely embracing the video concept. It's something that I love. I don't want to be the one always doing it. It's just, it makes it easy right now because I know how to do it.
Right.
I edit video, I produce, I write, I do these things, and I'm just able to bring that to the table. And it just adds value for our membership. And it allows us as a chamber to do what we do, which is give opportunities to our members to be seen, be heard, and be remembered. Right. And but also be an advocate for our local business community.
Sure.
Because that's the message out there too. Is we need to get the community to remember to shop, right?
Right.
And so
Shop
this just gives us that added layer to be able to get the messages out and do that in a very effective way. If you've been paying attention to what the experts have been telling you, you need to be doing video. You need to be doing video.
Right.
You need to be like, okay, what does that mean? And so
Right, exactly.
Right. And so we're doing video. We've been doing video. We're just now really tightening up the package of what that looks like. Something we call the Proud to Be EMC Digital Network.
Very good.
So you'll see lots of programming, lots of shows, lots of things that do the things that we were just talking about.
That's fantastic. Now, isn't this year kind of a banner year for the chamber?
It is a big year. Now, normally this month we would have been celebrating 30 years.
Wow.
For this chamber. It's our birthday month in June, and
Almost my age.
yeah, right. And so, yeah, you were probably we have to look at that and do a history
Well,
timeline.
I never was good at math. Though.
Yeah.
This one's-
So, but like everybody else, everybody's plans across the board have changed. But we're still celebrating
Absolutely.
in our own way, and we let's see what the rest of this year looks like. We'll see what we can put together and still celebrate in a big way. But a lot of people don't realize that this chamber's been established for 30 years
hard to
in the
believe,
community. Yeah, and so we've had great leadership in the past. I'm here to mess it up. And,
you're doing a great job.
But
Great job.
we definitely want to move forward. We the community's maturing. It's becoming more modern. We want to be that modern component of that, and we're all up in our game. We really are
Absolutely.
all up in our game.
I can honestly say you came at the right time.
Yes.
You really did. You came at a time we didn't know it, we didn't see it coming, but you have done an excellent job at keeping this chamber going, keeping it alive, keeping it solvent, which is very important, and keeping everyone energized. Mark, thank you so much for doing that.
I got to thank my staff. Without the staff, I can't do all this all by myself. So, without Sherry and Bobby and Tyler, even when we can't be in the office all together at once, we found ways to still keep the whole mechanism moving forward, and they've done an amazing job.
It's amazing to me that y'all do what you do with so few employees. I mean, there's a total of 4 of y'all. And that's just incredible. Tyler does a great job. Sherry, you do a wonderful job, always have. Bobby is just unbelievable.
Isn't she a delight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she really is. I actually went to school with Bobby. Well,
That's a whole other show.
Yeah, it's a whole other show.
Yeah.
But
Bobby
anyhow,
and Bobby.
yeah.
Bobby
Let me, I'm older than her. I had to repeat lots of class. No, I'm kidding. But anyhow, I think she was class of such, and I was class of blah, blah. So
Yeah.
that's that's
There
the
you
way
go.
it works.
That was
So,
the connection.
Anyhow, but thank y'all both for coming, checking in at with the chamber, and I hope to see you guys hopefully monthly, so we can continue this. It's always a pleasure talking to you, and keeping the community informed as to what's going on.
Well, we appreciate Radio K-Air immensely,
you. Yes.
Appreciate that.
not only as a member, as a platinum member, but the value you add to the community is huge. And Bob, you as a board member too, you bring so much to the table, and that's what makes a chamber work.
Yeah.
Is we can't do it with just one of you, but
I think you have 2 of us.
yeah, you got two with Linda.
You can't see Linda; she's
Yeah.
off the camera right now.
But just businesses like yours that wrap their arms around the community and say, I'm not just open for business, I'm a part of the big picture.
Sure,
On a local way. So thank you.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, we live in an incredible community. All 5 little communities that we cover, we find to just be exemplary. They're just wonderful. And for some reason, my heart has been in Montgomery County for many years. I lived in Porter for 12 years, so I kind of have the flavor of what's going on. And we're very happy to be a part of this also. So again, thank you for coming. Look forward to seeing y'all in the future, and much success to the greater East Montgomery County Chamber of
sir.
Commerce.
Well, thank y'all very much.
Thank you.